Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Can you see me?
Don't think so. Let's see here.
I tell you what I'll do. I'll turn my computer on also, and maybe we can get me on my computer.
Okay, yeah, because you were coming up for a second, but not your video. Can you see me?
Yes, sir. And you had a mustache.
Oh, yeah, there's like a little app on the thing where you can mess around with it. I don't know why.
Gotcha. Cool, cool, cool. Well, let me see. Maybe there's a setting or something I can change here. Bye. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to apologize up front. I have a head cold, man.
Oh, you're fine.
I've been coughing and stuff for a while. So how's it going? How's the new technology working?
Pretty good so far.
Are we
There's a lot.
are we on?
There's it's pretty cool. You can add little extensions on the side, make it a little bit more easier.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like it. I never used it before, so it's going pretty well right now.
And that's through YouTube.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I'm very glad that you took over that role, man. That's awesome. That really helps.
And Chris is in. Hey.
Hey, hey. Somebody's dinner done? Is that the dinging?
No, it's my like text messaging. Sorry. I'm on my MacBook, and every time someone texts me, it always goes off. Let me see if I can turn it off.
You there, Chris?
I am. Give me just a second. I'm going to close the door.
All right. Are we live right now? Kai?
Yeah. Yes. This is pretty cool.
I know there's a couple people I haven't heard from.
Let's see. How y'all doing? Pretty
Very
good.
yeah. Other than this head cold and stuff.
Oh man, I think everyone's just like allergies and
Yeah.
like flared up so bad.
My kids started showing symptoms like the early last week, and actually when we got back from that meeting, they were kind of snotty, and by the end of the week I was starting to feel it. Hey, buddy, come on in here, say hi. Come on, say hi. No, okay, close the door. I've got someone I want us to add to our meeting.
Okay.
Don't know. Did you send an invite to Sarah?
Let me see. If she was in the text message, then yes.
All right.
What's her last name?
Grace, I think.
Yeah, I got her then.
And we're adding another Sarah. I don't think she'll be able to make it tonight though. Chris, how'd the health fair go?
It went good. We had about maybe 250 that came through.
Whoa.
I counted my little entries, and I had 60 people actually stop and engage. which that seems to be a trick when you're wandering around health fairs like that, to actually make something worth their time to stop and listen. So what I did was I created a quiz. It was an out loud quiz, and it was I had a $25 Starbucks gift card. And so if they answered the quiz questions, I didn't care if they got them right or wrong, because I was giving them the answers at the end. They were entered to win, and that engaged a lot of people. And the questions were true or false. Opioids have been proven greatly effective for lower back pain. And
that's true, right?
So they were questions. So it turned out really good.
Is that the answer? That's true, right?
That would be false, Bob.
Let's see here.
All right. So far, there's 3 of us. Let me send Sarah a message and make sure she's getting stuff. For anyone that will be watching, now, are we streaming live online right now, or is this going to just be recorded and be uploaded?
I think it is. Let me see the page. Live dashboard.
So regardless, for anyone watching this later, this has been a riveting 5 to 10 minutes while we're getting everything set up. So get your popcorn ready, and we'll get to it here in a minute.
So I think what I'll do while everybody's getting their popcorn, I'm going to add the graphics that I used for the health fair into Basecamp. I'll just throw them all in a folder. I bought the 7th grader version of the display board, because that's what everybody else was using, and the graphics fit fine on there. So it was really quick to put together.
Cool. I was kind of excited when I saw your little setup that you took a picture of. So, and also on top of my stopped up nose and my coughing, you'll have to excuse any dirty hands that you see, because home repairs do not wait for the unsick when it's your day off.
Nope.
So.
Oh, that is your Monday list today.
Yeah. Hey, Key.
What is your Monday list today?
I know that Albert asked how he got in. I just logged into my Google Hangouts.
Did you?
Yeah, I just logged in my Google Hangouts, and it started ringing. Was that what happened to you, Chris?
Yes.
This might be just a Google thing instead of like a just email and click and join.
If this disconnects me, man, I'll be back.
Right. Wow, October's coming up already. I can't believe it.
Yes. Wedding was gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It was stressful. I had to tell Steve that I had to take my exam on Friday, or run, and then immediately after I had to leave and go to my wedding rehearsal. And then I did email him again today because I forgot. Well, I didn't forget, but I have another wedding rehearsal to go to this Friday, so I have to take another exam and then leave right after again. So I don't think he's too happy.
Probably more excused for last Fridays.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. I wonder if this will work.
All right, let's give it about 5 more minutes. As of right now, Albert's the only one that seems to be getting in that wants in right now. The other people I've married, the other people that have y'all talking about weddings, and my cold medicine has got me all messed up. Sarah said she didn't get the invite.
Huh. Okay, let's see this. I can copy this.
I have turned my screen around.
Now you're making shadow puppets? Is that what I say?
Huh. Why is it still private? Let me see if I can, okay, there's one more person.
Hi.
Yay.
Hello. Nine three seven. Are you 937?
Lost my camera.
243?
Now that I turn my camera around backwards, it won't let me hit the button to go back. Oh, hello.
Sweet.
There we go. Nice shirt, Chris.
Roll Tide.
Sorry.
I actually, and they got prized with for that game on Saturday.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my.
Yeah,
There was
but
huge growth.
was
Oh man.
Ole Miss fan.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So she down there early that morning and got her parade rain on. That's who they played, right?
Yes.
What's the score? On Saturday.
We play Kentucky for homecoming.
Oh really? That's terrible. Oh my gosh. Why did they let that happen?
So, did you just make another phone call? Did you just make another video call? Because I just got one from somebody.
I think I just sent another link just in case to everybody if they can't get in.
All right. So Sarah showed up for a minute, right?
Yeah, Sarah's in.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Got better service this time.
Awesome. So I told them a while ago I have a, the whole head cold thing going on. So
Oh no.
bear with, please. All right. Who else is trying to get in? Albert's the last one.
Albert.
Just a couple more minutes. We'll try to get him in here, and we need to get to business.
All right. I sent him the link, so it should work. Because I think that's how you got in, right, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay.
The second
sweet.
one.
Okay.
The last one you sent me worked.
Okay, sweet.
Y'all there?
Yeah.
All right. I kind of lost y'all. Yeah. Yeah, man, I've got to hear the shows that you sent me an invite. I don't know why he's not getting the invite.
Oh. Hey, Sarah, did you use your the Gmail account or anything?
I just tapped on the link on my cell phone text, and it brought up Hangouts.
Oh, really? Okay, so hopefully he's not having too much trouble.
All right, while he's trying to get in and join us, see if you can go ahead and keep on trying to get him hooked up. I'd like to have him in here.
Yeah.
If not, we have this awesome technology we're trying to start using. Breaking new ground in the KPTA. What do you think about that, Chris?
Say that one more time.
That we're breaking new ground with this technology for the KPTA.
I like it.
Cool stuff.
We smooth everything out.
All right. As we're getting started, guys, and his family and stuff. If you haven't, just send me a text. That way I don't want to talk about it on the video or anything, but you know, having a rough time. So you guys just remember Nick in your prayers and everything. I'm sure he could use it and would appreciate it. So I've been looking over some stuff. He and myself, we had a good meeting, sit down at Starbucks, drink some coffee, talk about some stuff after the KPTA conclave. I got an email from Sarah with some good stuff in it, and then Chris and I is talking back and forth all the time. And I kind of got overwhelmed, honestly. I thought, man, all these good ideas, what are we going to do with them? How do we get this stuff going? And so I thought, you know what? We need our own strategic plan. Much like, you know, we have a strategic plan for KPTA that we're kind of bound by, that guides what we are to do. There's no reason that we can't create our own strategic plan with goals and objectives and metrics that will encompass and be structured by the association strategic plan. And then we can bring in our own ideas and goals and stuff into that. But, you know, we always want to kind of be structured by that. Because that's set forth by our board that has appointed myself and Stephanie to this committee, and then of course you guys are my team, my committee, and we're going to work toward doing what the board wants us to do and ask of us, which is one reason out that I sent the strategic plan of the board and kind of has everything highlighted. And there is one section in there that the membership committee or the membership team is responsible for. So that's something we really need to look at. You know, all these other ideas are good, and I'm really liking what I'm hearing, and wheels are starting to turn. But still, we have those things that the board has deemed that they think needs to be addressed. So we need to remember those while we're doing these other things. And I think they'll be incorporated in a lot of what we're going to do, but we need to make sure that they are in there. And while I'm thinking about it, I'll pull that up on my phone. So I sat down last night and I got to thinking about what could our strategic plan look like. And so I came up with one goal and a bunch of objectives for it. And then I started on the second goal, and my cold medicine started kicking in, and I got kind of groggy, and I just kind of stared at the page. So I decided to go back to bed. So hopefully you guys can come in and we can knock some of this out tonight. You guys good so far?
Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think a plan is a good way to share responsibility. We'll probably get more done and each contribute more.
Awesome. I agree. And really what I'm thinking, Sarah, is that once we have our goals that are and our objectives and our metrics to lead us, then we can start saying, okay, okay, Joe, okay, Sarah, this, and this need to be done. Can you take care of this? Can your team take care of this? And start distributing jobs and getting stuff done. Excuse me. So the first goal I came up with, and how many of you, Chris, I know you have, the other two that are with us right now, have you ever been involved in building a strategic plan, or do you kind of know what goes into one of those? So strategic plan is made of three things. You're going to have goals, you're going to have objectives, and you're going to have metrics. So a goal is always a big overarching idea. To the way I was taught, that the goal never needs to be very specific. It needs to be big and encompassing. And then underneath of your goal is your objectives. And that's where you get more specific. You say, I want to do X, Y, and Z to achieve the goal. And then underneath your objectives, you're going to have a metric. And a metric is how you measure your success as you work towards your objectives and your goals. So let's say if your goal was to build a house. So your goal would be build a house. Your objective may be establish a set of blueprints to build my house. And then the metric would be by January 1st, 2017, break ground on building my new house. So you have what you want to do, a specific, and then you have a way to measure your progress. All right. Well, hey, all right, Albert.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Albert, I'm just talking about goals and strategic plans. I've started working on a strategic plan for our specific committee, and I'm just boring everyone to death right now talking about what goals and objectives and metrics are. So when I sat down last night, the first goal that I came up with, and I'm going to tell you what I came up with, and I want feedback. If you don't like it, tell me you don't like it. If you think it needs to be changed or needs to be worded different, tell me. Let's do it. So the first goal I came up with was establish KPTA membership team. And that's the number one thing.
Did you say APTA or KPTA?
KPTA.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because to me, if we don't meet that one goal, we might as well not set any more goals. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to meet anything. We're not going to make any headway. We might as well just hang our hats up right now. So goal number one for me is establish the KPTA membership team. And underneath of that, my first objective is to expand our nucleus. And when I say nucleus, I mean the main group, the middle of our team, which is going to be the people that's on here now, and then I'm looking to add some more people. So expand the nucleus to at least 10 active members with equity of PT students, PTA students, PTs and PTAs. So with equity of those across the state. So I want at least 10 people in the nucleus. I want equity of profession, and I want it to span the state. Right now, we're a little heavy on the PTA side, and we're a little heavy on the central district and another district or two. We're all pretty much right here in the middle right now. The metric for that, I want to measure that, is I say that we should have an active and equitable nucleus in place by November 15th, 2016. Coming up. What do you guys think?
I think that gives us 2 months. And I think that's enough time to reach out to some district leaders and get some suggestions.
Awesome. Real quick. Sarah, can you do me a favor and kind of take some notes about what's going on? Especially suggestions. Kind of like keeping minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm making notes.
Awesome. Thank you.
I like organizing information, so if you want me to put together the emails to all the group members, I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So everyone's included on that last email that had an attachment from our last meeting, or are there new people?
There will be one right now.
One more person to add?
Yeah, and I'll pass it along.
Okay.
Sorry to jump in there like that.
No, that's good. And also we've got district leaders, but also reaching out to the academic communities. Students are usually really eager to find a way to be involved or know how to be involved after graduation. I feel like that's a big gap. They're not sure what to do once they leave their academic community and how to join in on a professional community. Just need to make that easier. So if we kind of make relationships with some of our academic groups, they could recommend students, or students could join before they leave school, and that way we already have a talent pool to pull from.
I agree. In your notes that you're making, the email you're going to send out, kind of put a note in there to remind me to get a list of contact information for program heads.
Okay.
And Chris keeps jumping off and coming back in, so I don't know if it's her connection or if she's got something going on. Chris, we kind of jumped in the middle when you were talking there. I apologize about that. Would you have anything else to add?
Are you talking to Chris?
Yeah.
Or me? Yeah. Okay.
Chris fell off the horse. She's back on now. If there was a question to me, just re-ask.
Yeah, I said Chris kind of jumped in and cut you off. I apologize about that. Is there anything else you'd like to say about that objective or goal or metric?
No, it sounds great. I mean, that is actionable.
You know, I just want to say, I'm not sure how other schools run, but at Bellarmine, we had a KPTA liaison. So there's already students thinking about involvement, but if maybe we gave them an invite to join the membership team, that would make sense to get them actually involved in contributing to committees instead of just reporting actions to school.
I agree on that.
That's a good idea.
So if everyone's good on that. Our metric says that we are to have our nucleus in place by November 15th. Now, strategic plans are living documents. They're organisms that grow and change and evolve. You don't ever want to let them become stagnant, because they will. So our goal for this is November 15th. That's 2 months. So we need to spread out and try to get some people in. I really want to get some PTs and DPT students. I feel like we're kind of lacking in that area, so maybe us reaching out will really help with that. But if we don't meet it, we'll set a new metric. So I'm going to move on if everyone's good. So the next objective is each nucleus member will expand their personal membership network. And during our first meeting and during some of the emails we've sent out, we've talked about how us as a nucleus, we are going to have our own network of people that we trust and we can reach out to, that when we have issues or when we need have campaigns that need to hit the ground and run with, we can reach out to those people. And then we'll have one contact in each county. But the objective is that each member will expand their personal membership network.
Jared, this is Albert.
The metric for that is individual nucleus members will add 3 people to their personal membership network by December 1st, 2016. And I feel like that's more than enough time, guys. What do y'all think?
Jared, I think this is Albert. I think that's a good timeline. I think one of the things that we can do here, at least in the Northern District, is do some of the pub nights that they had out in the different districts. I think that's kind of going to help increase that nucleus or increase that involvement, if you will.
I agree, man. Take this stuff, take it to your pub nights and your PT3s and your different gatherings, and be a cheerleader, man. Talked about it. I agree, Albert.
So you were talking about expanding the nucleus. So if we gain 10 more members, it would probably suit us, whenever we gain them, to go ahead and give them one goal. And it seems like that would be a good time to say, we need you to add 3 people by, we could give them the same timeline, or we could say maybe even January 1st. But December is so far off from now, maybe we should keep that the same for everybody, even new members.
I think that's good, you know, and like I said, I got a little saying, you know, blessed is the flexible, for you won't get bent out of shape. And I think that's a good thing, you know, that we can leave it at that date, and you know, there's enough time there that they can add it on, and if not, I mean, come on, we'll let them, and we can change it to January.
Is there any way to gather information about new team members when they come on? Like, I'm really trying to think of good social media ideas, and I'm not necessarily technologically savvy, but if the group likes an idea, I would figure out how to use, you know, how to make it happen. But it'd be nice to know if one or two people on the team had strengths in technology that I could work with to do that.
Right.
How do we necessarily know what we're all good at?
Sarah, this is Albert. I think Jared's been on this. There is a group out there for PTA. It's on Facebook, but it's a PTA new members, and I think that might be a good way to reach out to some of the folks that we're trying to get involved. I don't know if there's something similar in Kentucky, but there's a Facebook page just for PTAs across the country. So maybe we can tap into that.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely think we should use all avenues available to talk to people and gather people in. You know, Sarah, as far as knowing what people's strengths and interests are, if we can find out what people's interests are early on and plug them into something, they'll benefit, we'll benefit, the association will benefit, the profession will benefit, because when you give someone something to do that they're interested in, they'll just run with it. You know, you give somebody something they're not interested in, they'll do it half-heartedly. So I think that's a great thing to do when you're talking about adding people to your team or talking about adding nucleus members. Let's find out early on. Hey, we could even put it in our group meet about, hey, what do we feel our strengths are? What do we feel our weaknesses are? That's good for each other to know. I think that'd be something great for us to do. So maybe add that into the notes there, Sarah, and we'll get that rolling. I added a gentleman, Joe Ogle. I feel he's rather technologically savvy. He does a lot with design and stuff, and I feel like that was one of his strengths. He's been pretty busy right now and ain't been able to make our meetings, so that's one. He has good leadership qualities, and he's good with those type of things. So that's one reason I added him.
Maybe we could have a form that members fill out, or even an online survey when they join our team, so that we know what they want to do, you know, why they joined, what they want to do, and what kind of skills they have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I tell you what, you volunteering to make it?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you for taking that, Sarah, and doing that. I think it will benefit from it.
No problem.
All right, so I'm going to move on. Unless you guys got anything else.
I can just, my class is
so nucleus members, we're going to add 3 people to our personal networks by December 1st, 2016. Next objective under goal 1 is expand the reach of the membership team across the state of Kentucky. Our measurement, our metric for that will be to place a point of contact. A point of contact will be established in each Kentucky county by January 1st, 2017. And I think that's a pretty lofty goal. I do have the list of every county and what district they're in. Chris was very helpful in passing that along to me. So that'll help us out a lot, and I can pass that along to everybody as well. So what do you guys think about that date for getting a point of contact in every county?
you know, at first it seems like it's really far out, but then you think about every county, and that's a lot of contacts. How do you want to divide? Do you want to go regionally and then maybe every member take a region, or how do you want to do that?
Now, are there 5 districts, Chris? Is that the way it's broken up? So that's what I was thinking, that the central district is by far the biggest district, and we can split them equitably. That's what I would do. You know, I think the majority of you guys probably actually live in the central or northern district. And then I'm in the western district.
Jared, are we needing a contact in every county?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are we needing a point of contact in every county? Or as an example here in northern Kentucky, Kenton County and Campbell and Boone County are relatively close to one another.
Yeah.
So we needing a point of contact in every one of those counties.
That's the goal, man. That's the goal, because I want to be able to go back to the board and say, hey guys, we have a point of contact in every county in the state.
I mean, me personally, I'm thinking January 1st may be a little lofty. I don't know if that's, I mean, we can shoot for it, and then if we don't meet the January 1st deadline, we'll have to reapproach our thoughts on that. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
And you know, and that's one reason you have a metric, because you're measuring your success. It's something that you can touch. It's tangible.
Maybe we could go with a percentage, like 50% of counties, because 100% is difficult.
I'm okay with that. Let's do this. Point of contact will be established in. You want to do 50? How long is that? It's September, October, November, December, January. So you're talking what, 3.5, 4 months? Does that sound right?
Whatever percent you all think works. I mean, we could even go as far as like 80.
Let's
85.
do 75. Let's do 75.
All right.
Good.
You know what? What if we did not just one contact, but have that person give us a backup contact? Because like for me, I'm due with my first child in November.
Oh, wow.
So I might drop off for a few weeks, but then come right back on, you know. So there might need to be, you know, it might not be, if the baby comes early, it might not be a priority for me to email the committee right away. I'm just saying there's like a lot of reasons that people, especially young career people, might come in and out of things. So maybe even a second point of contact in case the first person doesn't respond or something like that.
Good idea.
And do we need like a interview process as to who we want as these contacts? Because you know, you would want someone who's on top of things and follow through, that type of thing. We don't want just a name, you know what I mean?
I like that.
I'm not against it. Yeah. You don't want to narrow it down. So I mean, we're talking about trying to get somebody from every county. You don't want to narrow it down so far that you make it difficult. You know, I'm kind of thinking that this is also. Sorry, just got a text. If we can find a person that's interested and wants to do it, you know, this is also one way. Like I said, I'm not against having a little questionnaire or a little interview process, but just finding a person that says, hey, I'll do it. I mean, that's big time. That almost in itself is like, Is a really big deal. So you got, hey, I tell you what, stew on that. Tell me what you think. Come back to that. All right.
All right.
I'm not quite sure about that one, but if you guys want to do it, we'll do it, man. So we're going to change that last metric to established in 75% of the Kentucky counties by January 1st, and then. What do you guys think about the metric? Do we want to add a separate metric for the backup? Do we want to say a secondary point of contact will be established in 75% of the Kentucky counties by January 1st? Do you think that's a good goal, or do you want to go lower or higher?
6 months. I think aiming high can be good. If we really do think that it's possible to achieve, I think we should reach for that, and we can just reevaluate it. But I don't think we should just keep always shooting too high.
Well, sure. I mean, I think it could be possible. I tell you what, guys, let's keep those metrics equitable. Let's keep those metrics together, just so we don't get them skewed, and that'll give us a good measurement. I think that'll be a good thing, statistical wise, that we can look at maybe later on. So let's keep those together at 75%, okay?
Okay.
And if we don't meet it, we don't meet it. You know, we'll reevaluate and go forward. All right, I'm pulling up our big strategic plan, because that's it for that goal. That's it for the goal of establish the membership team. Does anyone have any ideas for a goal before I go on? Because that's kind of where I stopped last night. That's where my cold meds started kicking in at.
Well, I think one area maybe we could add is, you know, what you all talked about in the last meeting, kind of the correspondence and communication. So not only are we reaching members, but we're reaching non-members, and we're reaching the public. So that might be like the flash action campaigns or social media, or, you know, the outreach, the hashtags like ChoosePT, some way to get ourselves, you know, some positive attention so we stay on people's radars. So if they're members but they're not necessarily on a committee, they can share, they can stay involved, and they can get non-members interested, and the public, more public awareness, because as PTs and PTAs, we're not really good at promoting ourselves. We had a more modern way to do that than email and phone, you know, using something like the flash action social media. I think we would get more membership in the long run.
I agree, and that kind of is going to fall under the next goal I was thinking about. My second goal is recruit, retain, engage all levels of membership across the spectrum of the physical therapy profession. Don't you think that kind of incorporates what you're talking about?
Yeah, I do.
So maybe underneath that goal, we can make some objectives. Real quick, just looking at the big boards, goals and stuff for us. One of their objectives is to increase the value of membership. And here's some things they wanted us to do to increase the value of membership. Make connections with millennials and Gen Xers. I think that's kind of what you're talking about too, isn't it, Sarah?
Yes, definitely. You know, and everybody likes to get good praise, but you could praise PTs that we have, and you can kind of spread the benefits of the profession at the same time. People are a lot more involved if, you know, if they're being recognized for what they're doing.
I like that.
We might be able might be able to do that on social media.
Got any ideas about how we could recognize people?
I'm part of the neurology section, and I think one of the ways they recognize their members is they have like a member of the month or a spotlight of the month, so they recognize a member of what they're doing neurologically. So maybe within our group we can recognize something that a profession, whether it be PT or PTA, is doing in their practice or in their profession, and maybe do like a spotlight or a little interview on them for the month.
I like that. I like that a lot.
We can do that with different regions in order to outreach more people.
You know, we can have if we've got a contact in every county, they could nominate people that they work with or know for the spotlight, so we can get them involved that way.
Here's a question I'm going to pose to you guys. This is kind of devil's advocate, I think. Do they have to all be members?
I think if they weren't members, it would certainly attract people who weren't members to become members.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there.
You know, as long as they're licensed and they're in good standing, they're still working professionals, so.
Absolutely.
Be a good way to recognize them.
While, of course, I realize we want to recognize our members that are faithful members and that are doing a good job in promoting their association, their profession at the same time, there are so many professionals out there that are not part of our association, and maybe that's something we need to look at, is to draw some of those people in and say, hey, we recognize that you're doing a good job. I don't know. That may be something I wish Chris was on here, but that may be something we need to talk to Lisa, the executive chair, about, because that's just one of those touchy things that may be kind of taboo. So, but I'm not against it. So Sarah, make sure you put that in big italics for me to that whole conversation to talk about to Lisa about. Okay.
Okay. You know, we do have some things to our advantage right now. The opioid crisis and alternate methods of healthcare is really in politics and in the spotlight right now.
Yeah.
So we could capitalize on public interest in that in a positive way.
I agree. So let's make an objective. We have a goal. We have an all-encompassing goal. Okay. The goal is to recruit, retain, and engage all levels of membership across the spectrum of the physical therapy profession. How about let's change that to all levels of membership and physical therapy professionals across the spectrum of the physical therapy profession. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
So that's our goal. Recruit, retain, engage all members, all PT professionals across the entire spectrum. Now let's make an objective. Let's make some objectives. Let's make some, we are going to recruit, retain, and engage by doing X, Y, and Z. And after we get this second goal hammered out, we're probably going to call it a night. And then I'm going to let you guys stew on this, and then maybe do some email correspondence over the next week, and we might come together in another week and bang out the rest of them. Okay, Chris, you're back.
Maybe one goal could be to identify a platform for the spotlight. By our next meeting.
So you want to be, do we want the professional spotlight to be an objective, like we want to create a professional spotlight?
I feel like, you know, when I'm on any kind of social media, the fastest way to get likes or shares is an interactive informational video or a really good picture. Something visual seems to make people notice it more.
Yeah, something simple.
I'm just looking for some reason to use Facebook Live or Periscope or something like that, guys.
Yeah, I think that should be a goal too. You know, just finding out how to make this work before we try to identify who's going to be in the spotlight, get it set up to run, to know what we're doing as far as the technology goes.
Okay, so our objective, how we're going to do this, is going to be, will be identify best platform to what? How do we want to say it?
To engage.
Yeah.
To engage, okay.
Maybe along the lines of to engage our members or engage something along that lines. I'm kind of at a loss for words.
Identify best
Maybe
platform.
incentivize like our membership, like, hey, this is why you should join. These are the perks that you get. You know, instead of just like, oh, being a part of something, like, hey, you join up, you know, it's easier to do X, Y, and Z, or like I talked with Jared, like, you know, for students like shadowing or learning more about their settings, or for professionals to be spotlighted.
Do we want to make it? Do we want to specify an online platform?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's going to attract more members.
Yeah, especially the new millennials and younger crowd.
Identify best online platform.
Definitely reach more people that way, because email and phone number, you kind of have to go one person at a time, one email, one phone number at a time. Online, they can share it to their network they've already got in place.
So here's what I'm going to put down. Identify best online platform to engage current and potential members. How's that sound?
Yep.
Any issues with that
and
wording?
The public.
Like it. I like it a lot. Current members, potential members, and the public. Yeah, that'll work. So how are we going to measure our success toward that objective?
Just set it up and make sure we know how to run it.
How about successfully utilize 2 different media outlets by January 1st?
I like it. So that's a metric, gives us an amount and a time. I like it a lot. So, Chris, can you say that again?
Successfully utilize 2 separate multimedia something.
Multimedia platforms, maybe.
No, platforms. That's a big word. I like it. Multimedia platforms by January the 1st. Or
And
February.
along with this, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can use the Choose PT hashtag for one of them. We can connect ourselves, not just state level, but national level too.
Excellent.
And just a little, side point that I talked to Lisa. It's been a little while now, but she gave me access to all of the KPTA social media accounts.
Oh.
So I can log into Hootsuite and I can blast social media out through the KPTA name. With great power comes great responsibility. I was very honored that she allowed me to do that, but there was some, rules that went along with it.
As there should be.
So once we get this in writing and send it as an email, would you want members, on our team to determine which metric they're personally working towards? I think if we divide it up, it'll be more specific, so I'll know what I'm responsible for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think all the metrics in the first goal really are individual for all of us, except for maybe the point of contact across the state, and then we'll break that one up, of course. But when you start coming into recruiting, retaining, and engaging, we'll probably break some of those up. And that's why it's going to be so important to have your own team and have your own points of contacts and different things like that. So this is all new territory, guys, for us. So objective, identify best online platform to engage current and potential members and the public. I'm still wondering about the public part. I'm not so sure that don't need to go under another goal because it's really good, but I'm not sure that it fits in this particular goal. I'm sure it probably does. We can make it, but I'm not so sure it wouldn't maybe be better suited under another goal, worded similarly, but pointed directly to the public. Because when you go to engage them, you have the professionals and you have the public. So I don't know if trying to engage them in the same goal metric is the best way to go, but I'm still stewing on that. No big deal right now.
My thinking is if we do a spotlight on someone, and we share it as the KPTA, we'll link them to what we're sharing and all of our members. But, people that are in their, public network might want to share it, your friends and family might share that because you're getting recognized. And it's a nice way to promote our profession almost automatically.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
So how about this for an objective? Since we're talking about making a spotlight and using platforms, let's set ourselves an objective to create a spotlight or create X number of spotlights, and then give ourselves a goal time or a measurement for that. So how would an objective sound or be worded to create this new spotlight? And Chris, do you know, is that something that the KPTA does already? Do a member spotlight?
The last time I remember it happening was about 5 years ago when they did spotlights on Kentucky legends. So it was the seasoned professionals that we kind of went back and gave them a shout out.
Gotcha. I think it's something we need to do. I think it's something we need to try. It's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to break it up into new up-and-comers, or do we just want to just let anybody, students, professionals, anyone that is doing a good job or been nominated or meets the criteria, whatever it may be, do we want that to be allowed? For this spotlight.
Maybe we rotate it and do somebody who's seasoned and somebody who's fairly new to the profession.
I think having a slice across settings is also important, because if those people are going to get promoted in their social circles, that's the education for those patients that, we can also do women's health, and we can also do wound care, and we can also do cover so many different areas.
And that might be a nice catalyst to get people to nominate someone, because the more specific we can be, with, let's say if we do this once a month and we say this month we're really going to highlight women's health, please give us, all your women's health professionals, someone comes to mind almost automatically, whereas if it's really vague, it may, we might not get as much participation.
I like it. So let's make an objective. We have our goal. Now let's make our objective. How are we going to engage these people? We want to develop? Do we want to create? Do we develop physical therapy professional spotlight? Develop a monthly PT professional spotlight.
And we need some kind of system for nomination.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even a link on the KPTA website. We could add that in the spotlight. This month we're highlighting such and such person. If you want to nominate someone, click on this link, and it takes them straight to our website, so we get more traffic on our website. We get more people, involved in adding their thoughts.
All right. In the meeting notes, Sarah, if you could, the question, that idea you just had, circle that, make a little note off to the side for that Lisa needs to be asked about that, about adding stuff to the website.
Okay. That way it can kind of generate itself at some point, or at least a little bit.
So do we want to develop a system to promote a monthly PT professional spotlight series?
Is this your goal or your strategy?
Sorry, Chris. This is an objective. Our
Objective,
goal
okay.
is recruit, retain, engage all levels of membership and PT professionals across the spectrum of the physical therapy profession. So we're
Gotcha.
recruiting, retaining, and engaging, and this is an objective. This is something we want to do under that broad spectrum goal.
So you want to establish a monthly member highlight or a member spotlight?
Yeah. What do you think about it?
I'm just trying to make sure that we get something. Yes, we've set it up, but is it happening every month? So it seems like there's two different measures if you say establish.
Gotcha.
To break it into a goal, our personal goal is to establish it and identify what we want. And then the next goal may be to get it going.
Yep.
So let's make the first objective to establish. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. That's got to be successful first.
You kind of broke up a little bit there. I'm sorry, I didn't get to hear you.
No, I was saying that has to be established first.
So we could establish it as one part and then launch it as the second part.
Could launching be the metric?
Yes.
Launch.
Or we could even have a metric for each of them if you wanted.
Okay. Establish a monthly PT professional spotlight. And then launch monthly PT professional spotlight. Does that sound good for two objectives?
Yeah.
So how do we measure our success for those objectives? The establishing. Like, what's the time frame do we want to fall in there? Do we want to, is that something we want to concentrate on very quickly?
I think that's something that's doable very quickly. If you wanted to give it a mid-December deadline to create a method for collecting spotlight nominees.
I say let's go December 1. November 15th. January 1. December. Yeah, that's fine. I think let's go December 1 for establishing a method. And let's go I'm kind of tossed here between February 1 and January 1. I don't want to group a lot of things around right at the beginning of the year. I'm almost thinking about February 1 for us to launch the first one. So let's go December 1 on establish and February 1 on launch. Or is that too vague? What do you guys think?
I think those are realistic dates. It gives you some time.
I agree.
I think so too.
All right.
Especially with the holidays and things of that nature.
Yeah, especially.
Do we have set monthly meetings? That might really help with establishing our due dates, because that would be, something that members could report on at the meeting.
That's fine. Do you guys want to have our set monthly meetings on the first Monday of the month?
That works for me.
I think that's doable. Yeah, I think that works.
Me too.
Any opposed?
Nope.
So it shall be.
All of them at 8 o'clock?
Works
8
for
Eastern
me.
sounds good to me.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah. Now who's going to volunteer to remind me? So you guys just hang tight, keep your eyes on the prize, setting these objectives, goals, and metrics and stuff. This will make you pull your hair out. But to try to meet and do all the vast things that we want to do without these guidelines, they'll just make you give up. You'll just want to give up. This is how the Student Assembly Board of Directors, for people that are interested in that, students that are interested in that, that's how they do their year-long terms. Our big board is how they do their year-long terms, except Chris, don't they take a whole weekend to set theirs up?
They do. The PTA caucus took 2 months to set theirs up, so
yeah.
they're doing great.
So, and I know with the board of directors, when we sat down and did ours, it took us 16 hours straight. Yeah. So what we're doing, just hang with it, keep your eyes on the prize, guys, because this is monotonous and it hurts, but it's so worth it. And probably after we establish these next ones, I'm going to let y'all chew on it for a little while and give you this last goal that we're working on, and let y'all communicate a little bit, send some emails, and maybe next time we come together, we may have we'll have our meeting the first Monday, and we'll try to bang out some more and get them on paper. So right now we have established a method for a monthly PT professional spotlight by December 1. Said method will be established, will be approved and established. I think that approved part is important.
Approved by do you want to add anyone specifically?
I'm not sure you should.
Yeah, I think that we need to approve it as a group, and then I'm not so sure we may need to get some people above us to approve it, just because the methods and different things that we may want to use.
So approved by the membership committee and the board itself.
That will be a little harder.
Maybe certain members or the executive directors. Yeah. So maybe I'm comfortable leaving it with approved. That way we're not bound. But if y'all want to make it specific, we can.
Speaking as an executive board member,
yes,
we are very comfortable with our executive director making the calls with the KPTA strategic goals in mind. If you ask the executive board to make that decision, it may take a couple of months.
Yeah.
We turn battleships. We don't turn on a dime.
So is that something you think I just
the whole battleship?
Yeah. I agree.
Not for this. And I will say, Chris, what do you think about this? I mean, the board is behind us. They want this going. They want a membership committee or team. I'm sorry, they want a membership team that is functioning and doing what we're doing right now.
Yes.
They really want this. I think they've wanted it for a long time. So I think they've probably put their stamp of approval big time on what we're doing. So let's just say, I'm going to go ahead and let's do this. We'll be approved by KPTA executive director and membership team. Does that sound good, guys?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay.
What do you think, executive board member?
I concur.
If you guys haven't noticed, I look to Chris a lot. She's a very good asset to have, and I asked her to be on the team for that very reason, because she has several years of experience in executive committees on the state and national level. So you guys, I just want you guys to know how big of an asset she is to us.
How big of a what I've got?
You heard what I said,
Oh,
sister.
sorry.
This is being recorded.
Oh my God! Oh, professional.
Okay, and this will be the last one. I'll let you guys go. It's getting late, I know, especially in the eastern part. And I'll open it up a little bit and let you guys, if there's anything you guys want to talk about or questions or anything like that, we'll do that at the very end. But the last one, the objective is to launch the monthly PT Professional Spotlight. Are you guys comfortable with, let's say, February 1 for that launch date?
Yep.
I think it's a good time of year. We won't get lost in the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yep.
Published.
And, a lot of people are more active January, February. They're thinking about health a bit more by that time of year.
Good point. Yeah.
Feels weird writing 2017, man. All right, guys. So before I open it up for you guys to say whatever you want to say, or ask questions, or go over anything, so we've got our goals established for the first one. Establish the KPTA membership team. The goal that we're working on now: recruit, retain, engage all level of membership and PT professionals across the spectrum of the profession. So over the next, 2 weeks before we have our next meeting, maybe 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, think about what are some objectives, what are some things that we have talked about in the past. Go back, look at your big board, strategic plan. There is one page that specifically is highlighted and points out to the membership committee, is what it says. Look at some of those things that they want us to achieve, and how can those things fit into what we've got going here. Are there any goals that we can make out of that? Are there things that you want to do that could be made goals or objectives, and how do you want to measure those? And write those down, and guys, bring those to the table. Let's add some of those stuff. I want to hear what you guys have, because I know you got something. And so the last, what we did for a recruiter, retain, and engage: identify best online platform to engage current members and potential members and the public. The metric is to successfully utilize 2 separate media platforms by February 1st. Objective: develop a system to promote. No, redid that one. Scratch that one. Establish a method for a monthly PT professional spotlight. By December 1st, said method will be approved by Lisa and the membership team. Objective: launch monthly PT professional spotlight. Metric: membership team will publish first spotlight by February 1st, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And I've talked a lot this time, guys. I'm sorry to be sick and have a sore throat and everything. I've talked a whole lot. So there you go. What do you got?
I'm excited.
Will you send your wording to me so that when I send out the little email that I have everything in order?
Yeah, if I can get my kids to bed at a decent time tonight, I will try to type that up and send that to you. Okay.
Or it didn't have to be tonight. I mean, even.
And
tomorrow.
One more thing. Before this is worth anything, we have to all agree and vote and finalize the strategic plan. So right now, this is just words until we vote on it at the end. You guys got anything? Or y'all ready for bed or dinner or what?
Just a quick question. Do any of you guys use Google Docs?
I do.
Okay. That may be a good way to put those goals and strategies out there if someone's got something to add or notes to add on the side.
I agree.
I should be able to use all the email accounts people sent to me to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going to set us up a Google Docs, Sarah?
Yeah, I'll try to. I think
Is
that'd be a
that
nice way to be able to add objectives and contribute.
Awesome. Now, it's been a little while since I used it. Is that something that's like social, like you create it, or do you have to have Google Drive and you keep the docs in the Google Drive?
You have to have Google Drive to, so Google Docs is within Google Drive, and then what happens is that Sarah would then give permission to each one of us so that we can go in and edit it or change it to what we want to add.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. All right. I think that's a great idea, guys. And also in there, I think me and him talked last night. He's going to make us a contact list. That's still good, buddy?
Yeah.
And just put it in a Google Doc also, I think.
Yeah, I can do that.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, this has been our first live recording of a membership team meeting. It's been a pretty heavy one, I guess. We went through a lot of stuff. I've talked a lot, but I'm excited that we're using this new technology, and we'll be able to have this available for all the other members and the board members and whoever wants to watch it to see what we've got going on. So are all hearts and minds clear? Anybody got anything else to say before we call tonight?
No.
All good.
All good.
Good to hear.
All good.
Sounds good.
When will our next meeting be? October 3rd.
Monday of October.
October 3rd.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Same bat time, same bat place.